Rusame reader, Kurosang, and today I will be reading to you from The Masquerade by Daughter of Apollo, 2019. Now, on to Chapter 16, The Question. Wait. Hold on. I held up my hands to stop the conversation. Did I miss something? Why is Ukraine still here? I thought she was leaving after the party. No offense, I'm just confused. The party had ended a couple hours ago, and most of the guests had slowly left the party until all that was left was us, Mexico, and apparently Ukraine. Ukraine laughed. None taken, America. She's going to be staying with us for the next few days, Canada explained. Then he leaned in and whispered, I think she ran away from home, but I'm not sure, and she won't tell me. Slowly, I nodded. Okay, then. This was going to take some getting used to. We'd never really had a lady stay in our house before, and I didn't have any sisters, for one thing. I loved Mexico like a sister, but she was never really the most ladylike. She would always play rough with her brothers, and any time there was a football match, you could bet Mexico would be playing. So me, Ozzy, and Kiwi were all in the same boat. I knew Australia would stop bringing his pets around with him when he walked around. New Zealand would attempt to use more proper language, and I would just try to avoid conversations entirely. But since Ukraine seemed to usually hang out with Canada, that would be pretty hard. I spent most of my time in my room, or hanging out with Australia and his pets. By hanging out, I mean being forced to help Ozzy take care of his animals. Every now and then, my mind slipped back to the mask the guy left. Did he leave it here intentionally? If so, why? Back in my room, I couldn't help but look at the mask again. Picking it up, I looked again at its shimmer. I frowned. I wonder if Canada knew the mystery man. He definitely seemed to know everyone. Sticking the mask in my pocket, I opened the door to my room and started walking around looking for Canada. I found him rather quickly. It's not like he was hiding or anything. Hey, Ken, I said, walking over to my brother. Hey, what are you up to? Canada asked, giving me a big smile. I had a question, actually. I smiled back at my brother and handed him the mask. Do you know who this belongs to? Ukraine gasped before looking up at me. Where did you get this? I found it lying around, I said. I technically wasn't lying. I did find it lying around on the ground. Why do you ask? Ukraine took the mask gently. I think this is my brother's. You have a brother? I asked. To be honest, I really didn't know Ukraine well at all. I guess I was waiting until after she became Canada's fiancé and was practically family. But Ukraine didn't take it personally. She laughed. Yes, actually, I have 2 brothers, and a sibling who uses they/them pronouns. Then she looked at the mask again. This belongs to my older brother, Russia, I think. Did he come to the ball? I asked. Either one. I thought that I saw Ukraine flinch at the question before she said, He wasn't supposed to. Ukraine didn't bother elaborating, but it was fine. I had already all the information I needed. The mystery man was named Russia, and he was Ukraine's brother. You should invite your family over, Canada suggested. We could really get to know them. Ukraine thought it over. I'm sure I could, but I'm not sure how much Papa would want to come. But I'm sure I can talk him into coming. She handed me back the mask. That would be great if you can. Canada smiled at Ukraine, and she smiled back. God, if you're going to kiss, do it when I'm not around. I rolled my eyes. Both my brother and Ukraine stepped away from each other, each of them blushing furiously. That's not. We weren't. Canada stuttered, almost turning as red as his flag. I couldn't help but laugh. All right. I'll go now. I headed back to my room, satisfied with all the answers I had gotten. In my room, I sat on my bed, fantasizing about meeting Russia again. Perhaps he would bow, and I would take his hand. Maybe we would dance a perfect waltz the way I'd always been taught. At some point, I fell asleep, and my dreams were a weird mix of different people looking at me, different expressions on each of their faces, and me dancing with Russia. I got up early the next day, awoken by a sudden stop to my pleasant dreams. It was still dark out, but I dragged myself out of bed towards the dining hall. I really hadn't eaten anything last night except for a little hors d'oeuvres that they had been passing out, and those weren't exactly filling. My plan was to go from the dining hall to the kitchen and grab some snacks like bread or cake or something, and then head back to my room and eat there. But to my surprise, Braden was actually sitting in his normal seat at the head of the table, sipping his tea. He looked up, turning to look at me with a smile. Ah, America. I wasn't expecting to see you here. And that's the end of this chapter. I hope you enjoyed. Anyway, I'd like to invite you to join the Discord, which is linked down in the description below. That being said, I hope you have a nice rest of your day, night, or whatever it is for you. Just enjoy your time. And I will see you tomorrow.